Hi guys, this is Pestily and welcome to another Escape from Tarkov video. Today I want to talk about patch 12.12. It's an upcoming patch, their next major patch, and I want to cover when it is, what's going on with it, what you should expect in it, my thoughts on some of the things, and just give you an overall update on where it's all at. So, without further ado, let's crack straight into it. So personally, I haven't actually been doing many news or guides or updates, and I want to start getting back into doing that kind of stuff. And I thought I would do a rundown on everything that's going to be coming up in patch 0.12.12, which when it's going to be, we don't know. It could be as soon as next Thursday, or it could be literally next year. But I can give you some guidelines on the past and the history, and hopefully that'll give you a more informed decision. Generally, BSG don't give a lot of warning, maybe a week, max 2, for when the patches with the wipes come out. Will there be a wipe with this patch? I'd be very surprised if there's not. I'd be highly surprised because it's just already up to that 6-month mark-ish. We're at 5 months now, just under 5 months. And if the patch was to come out in, say, 2 to 3, 4 weeks, then that would be the 6-month mark. Most patches are generally coming out around 6+ months. With the shortest one, I think, in history that I remember is about 2.5 months. But they've generally stuck getting longer and longer up to about the 6-month mark. And then from there, it's anywhere between, 5.5 months to 7.5 months is about our longest wipe. So they've been fairly consistent in that period. Now, they don't just wipe for the sake of wiping. Generally, it comes in when there is major game mechanics added. And there is going to be a lot of stuff added with the next patch, from stuff like VOIP, new malfunctions, a new map. There's a lot of content. I'm going to go through it all, but I just want to say they generally just don't wipe for the sake of wiping. But there is a lot of stuff coming in, and with the new Unity update, they might have other stuff that they're adding in, and it just means that it's more than likely that if it is a big patch, they will most likely wipe. So what is in the actual patch? So 0.12.12 is meant to include a fair few things. I actually directly asked Nikita just before I made this video to ask him, what can you tell me that I can put in a YouTube video that is definitely confirmed for patch 0.12.12? He said, first up, Lighthouse. Lighthouse will be in the patch. From what we know, there's going to be an in-game trader that you'll be able to communicate with. However, that won't be in the first iteration of the map. There is going to be up to 4 scav bosses on the map. And from the images that we have, it does look like it'll be a fairly sizable map, but we don't know exactly anything else really past that. Generally, when a new map comes to the game, it brings a lot of hype, and we actually haven't had a full-fledged brand new map since Reserve, which was in October 2019. So it's been 2 years. It's been a long time coming. With the Unity 2018 patch that came out with that Reserve patch, I think it was 12.0 or 0.12.0, and then they've had map updates or expansions to maps or touched up some of the maps, but this is the actual first full map that's going to be added to the game since that patch, which was 2 years ago. The next thing that is going to be a big game changer in the movement of Escape from Tarkov is Inertia is going to be added. Now, I've tried to find the most simplest way to explain what Inertia is for anyone who doesn't know. I watched Veritasium videos to like full in-depth summaries on YouTube, but the easiest way I can explain it is it's kind of like momentum. So for example, if you were moving forward, there is a time that it takes for you to pick up the pace to go forward before you actually reach the speed of your walking speed or your running speed. And then if you were moving forward and you wanted to go backwards, you can't just instantly go backwards. There is a period of time in which you have to slow down and then pick up the pace till you're at your full moving backwards pace. So it's very similar to momentum. What it will affect you in Escape from Tarkov is the fact that if you want to, say, peek a corner, you can't instantly just go out and back in and peek the corner on a dime. You'll have to actually, there'll be a bit of movement and speed up going up, then going back, you'll have to slow down and then go back into the other direction. Now, obviously, it will be a lot faster than how I just explained it, but you won't be able to do as just on the dime, in-out peaks like you do in Counter-Strike and initially, or at the moment, in Escape from Tarkov. For stuff like sprinting across a hallway, it won't really make any effect. You'll be at full speed by the time you hit the hallway. You can still use your mouse wheel to turn your head to the side and look and see where they are in the hallway. If you want to do those sprints across hallways, you'll still be able to do stuff like that. But it will just affect how quickly you'll get up to your full speed, how quickly you'll slow down and change directions. The next thing that Nikita said would be 100% in the next patch, which is the next iteration of Malfunctions. Now, they've been very controversial in the past. People don't like RNG, random number generators, affecting their gunplay and their gunfights. And Nikita made the point during the last podcast that he would make it that at around 95% weapon durability, so 95% or better, your gun will not have any chance of malfunctions. So this is to say, if you always use a brand new gun or you repair your gun after each raid, then there's pretty much zero chance for you to have a malfunction. And that will make a lot of people happier, particularly the ones that, you know, are very serious about their playing of Escape from Tarkov. They'll have a way to negate the malfunction side of things. However, you know, there will be stuff like overheating that will be added. I don't know if that's the next one coming, but if you overheat your gun, you will have a higher chance of having some sort of stoppage or malfunction. The cool thing about overheating, at least, is you'll be able to affect that yourself, because it's up to you how fast you fire your guns. The next item that is on the confirmed list for patch 12.12 is VOIP. Now, the cool thing about VOIP is it's going to bring a lot of funny and weird and random interactions in Escape from Tarkov. However, there is a lot of people that do not want VOIP, which is voice over IP, for the people who don't know it, in Escape from Tarkov. It's the ability to talk to other people in raid via proximity by just holding down a number on your keyboard and being able to talk to them. The cool thing about Escape from Tarkov is, and the VoIP system that will be added to the game, is the fact that you can just turn it off. You do not need to have it on. You can personally play the game, have it off, and never hear someone talk in the game ever. You can just hear the normal, you know, press F1 or the double tap of Y and put up your own little, you know, ways of communicating through that and not actually have to hear their voice. But it is going to be a really fun and game-changing scenario if you do want to use it yourself. Personally, there is a lot of times where I'll be running along, I'll see a guy super undergeared. He'll be running around with a Makarov. I'll give him the wiggle, and he'll look at me, and then he'll probably start shooting at me, right? Because he's scared, this big, scary guy. But if I was able to just go, hey, dude, you're right there. Do you want a hand with the quest? Do you want some like assistance? What are you trying to do? Or I could be like, I could rob the guy. I could literally say, put your gun on the ground, give us all your backpack loot, or I'll kill you. Like there's those options to do that stuff, you know, and you don't have to do that stuff, but it could be cool. It could be a bit of fun. There's other games that have VoIP in them, and sometimes they're really toxic. Sometimes they're really fun, but overall you could just turn it off if you don't like it. There is going to be a heap of new guns and modifications added to the next patch. The ones that we definitely know about are the Scar, but there are a lot of other guns that are going to be added. However, Nikita has not given me a confirmed list, so I'm not going to just start listing off guns that I think that could be in there. Just, you know, just be excited that when you load in the game, you'll probably find some new stuff as you play through it. Now, Nikita did say he didn't want to include all the things that he knows is going to be in the actual patch because he wants this to be a surprise, which also means that probably like the last major patch we had, the patch notes won't come out within the week before the wipe or the patch. What they did last wipe or patch was they released the actual wipe itself, and then about 24 hours later they released the patch notes so we could see all the new additions to the game. I actually do believe they released all the fixes and like all the changes, all the touch-ups that they did, but they didn't actually show any of the new added features. They made it so we discovered them ourselves when the actual patch happened. Now, I can't talk about it specifically, but I know for a fact they have been testing a lot of stuff on the ETS, which is the early test servers. And if all things go to plan, this patch could be anytime now, or it could be a long way away. I always say is be patient. Most of the times that these patches come out, there's a couple of days where it's a bit sketchy when you can play it, but after that you do get to enjoy it in its full ferocity. Some things to note: they do like to drop patches on Christmas Eve or around Christmas. Hopefully that won't happen. And also the Russian Christmas is on the 7th of January, if I'm not mistaken. And so I generally would be surprised if they would have put their patch over their holiday period. They're happy to do it on ours, but probably not on theirs because they want to take time off themselves. I do have a meme that says always Thursday, and most patches happen on a Thursday. So usually just around a Thursday would be the time I would imagine a wipe or patch to happen. So that's something else to note. Now, one of the most common things before I finish up, the one common questions I get is, should you start playing EFT now if you haven't played in a while or you're new? And my answer is always yes. If you think you're going to enjoy the game, Even though there's guys that are like super mega sweat lords, fully geared, having their like doing their thing, stomping everyone, you can still get in there. You can learn the mechanics, you can learn where the tasks are and all that kind of stuff, and it will make it so when the wipe does finally happen, you will actually be in the mindset to be able to progress past that initial hurdle of all the players running around trying to get their bronze pocket watches. The cool thing for the next wipe, and I'm actually extremely excited for it, is it's no longer going to be like every other wipe. So usually what happens is the wipe happens and then everyone just has to do the same quest over and over and over again, and it's just like that. Now with the additional daily and weekly tasks, which also give trade a rep, you aren't required to just straight away do all your normal quest line. You can actually do your dailies instead, which will give you rep and experience points, give you items, and you can actually just get all your traders unlocked without even having to do the main quests that we have in the game at the moment. I think that's going to make the next wipe a lot more enjoyable for a lot of people. It won't feel like Groundhog Day as much, and it should be a much better experience. On top of that, we have all these cool new features getting in, a new map. It should be a really fun and exciting time for everyone, and hopefully we can enjoy it over the Christmas period or sometime over the next couple of weeks or months. Now, I won't ramble on anymore, but if you did enjoy this video, please take the time to like and comment for the YouTube algorithm and subscribe. There's a large portion of you guys that watch my videos that aren't subscribed. It doesn't cost you anything and it does help out a lot. I also put out long format content over on my Pestily TV channel, which is rapidly pushing up towards 100,000 subscribers. On that channel, I do from mini series of speed leveling, a raid series, which is like a full cinematic TV show that I put together for you guys. And also I've been dabbling into some other games like 7 Days to Die. So if you enjoy my content and you think you might like some background noise while you're cooking dinner and you want something up on the TV, come check out some of my long format content and hopefully you guys will enjoy that. But besides that, guys, that is the end of this video. I'm going to be trying to get some more guys out to you guys. Just, you know, get back to my rhythm of putting out as much content as I can for you guys, and also try and help it so you guys can enjoy this very brutal but fun game that we all enjoy, being Escape from Tarkov. All right, guys, I'll leave it there. So lastly, I'll see you next time. Now, I'm fairly confident I clapped at the start, but I'll do this one just to be sure. Well, that was a crisp one.